The neighbor insulted me and my wife in front of everyone. He had no idea I had returned from the army and that. I don't see silence as weakness. It was supposed to be a simple backyard BBQ. Red cups, smoky grills, kids running across the lawn. And that easy American summer atmosphere where nobody thinks too much about tomorrow. I had moved into this neighborhood only a few months earlier. I wanted a quiet life because I was rebuilding myself after returning from the army. I didn't want friends or trouble, just peace. But peace doesn't always come easily. The neighbor across from me was well known in the area, loud voice, constant talking, always needing attention. His confidence didn't come from strength, but from the fact that no one had ever really stopped him before. That day, he had already been drinking too much. I remember that moment clearly because everything after it slowed down, like time itself hesitated. He looked at my cooler, then at me. "Nice setup," he said with a grin. "I drink your beer, and your wife too." Some people laughed, not because it was funny, but because people often laugh when they don't know how to react. My wife went silent beside me. I didn't look at her immediately. I just felt the atmosphere shift. Military training teaches you not just how to fight, but how to recognize when a moment has already changed. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't step forward aggressively. I simply looked at him like a problem that had already been solved. One step. That's all it took to close the distance. No anger, no shouting, just control. I grabbed his wrist, not violently, just firmly enough to redirect his confidence into hesitation. A simple pressure point hold I had learned years ago. His grin disappeared instantly. He tried to pull away, but his body didn't respond the way he expected. I released him immediately. No shouting, no threat, no lecture, just silence. He stepped back, embarrassed and quiet. The rest of the evening changed completely. People suddenly remembered they had places to be. Conversations became shorter. By the time the sun was setting, he was gone. Weeks passed, and slowly, the man who once laughed at everyone began to change. Eventually, he left the neighborhood, and I learned that sometimes in life, strength doesn't make noise. It quietly defines its boundaries. Weeks later, life in the neighborhood slowly returned to normal, but things were never the same again. People acted more careful around me, not out of fear, but out of awareness. The casual jokes, the loud laughter, and the careless behavior were no longer the same as before. I never talked about what happened at the BBQ, and I never needed to. Some moments don't need explanation, people just remember them. I continued my routine, kept to myself, and focused on rebuilding my quiet life. Evenings were calm again. The same grill, the same yard, and the same sunset, but the atmosphere had changed. My wife noticed it too. The neighborhood that once felt loud and careless had become quieter and more respectful. Not because I asked for it, but because everyone had already seen where disrespect can lead when boundaries are crossed.